Minecraft, one of the most iconic games of the 2010s, we usually just load the game and just play it. But wait, there's something we missed. Who is Steve, the character we all use in the game? Here, we will explore it in a philosophical way with the help of a Chinese Taoist, Lao Zi. Ever wondered what is a Steve that we use as an avatar? When we first start a new world, it is almost as if the world needs a reform in order for us to experience it firsthand. Lao Zi mentions that 道生一，一生二，二生三，三生万物, which translates to the Tao produced one, one produced two, two produced three, three produced all things, which refers Tao as the world's origin. When Steve spawns in the game, he starts with nothing, but wait, that nothing isn't nothing. He mentioned 无自为用, as in nothingness for use. That an avatar with nothing is perfect for us to decide how it would turn out to be, just like how we can decide what to draw on a blank piece of paper, or what beverage we decide to fill a cup with, be it orange juice with water, or coffee with different ratios of water and coffee beans and milk, to make different variations of coffee, or just simply tea. And so, a blank piece of paper, a cup, or a vessel can all happen and be true with Steve. How to enjoy the game at its fullest when Steve can be everything. Lao Zi mentions Wu Wei as in non-action. Now you might be wondering, what is he talking about, doing nothing at all? That is a version of the explanation, but people mainly think he refers Wu Wei as to knowing minimum action, as in not doing things recklessly, with no purpose for things that doesn't pay back, just letting things happen the way it is supposed to be. Farming and harvesting crops while waiting for the tree saplings to grow back. Similar to what they say in the memes of being smart and not forcing things to be, just like what the Beatles sang about in Let It Be. So how is it related to Steve? Players are smart and would often not do something without purpose to avoid wasting their time. Here is a situation where Steve comes out of his house and hears a skeleton nearby. What would he do? Charge in recklessly, escape back into his base, or take cover and find a chance to strike? Here we see Steve chooses to find cover, and by doing so, he successfully takes out the skeleton without taking any damage. It is similar to be like water, as it always adapts to its surroundings. If Steve can be like water, then is there such thing as a fixed identity? Lao Zi explains 知人者智，知之者明, which translates to being able to understand and know others is called wisdom, and being able to know and understand oneself is considered smart, which explains that if we truly know ourselves, we would be able to put down our desires and regrets and simply be ourselves. Here is a question. Is Vader and Anakin Skywalker the same or different person? Both or not? I would say it is both. Similar to how we have bad times and good times of the day, but that doesn't make us a separate person. How are they related, you ask? Steve embodies multiple roles within the game. He is a challenger who thinks outside the box, a speed runner pushing his skills to the limit to complete the game as quickly as possible, a builder using imagination to bring dream creations to life, and a destroyer leaving chaos in his wake, all at once. This versatility reflects the wisdom found in Lao Zi's teaching, which emphasized the ability to adapt fluidly to different roles and states of all these roles at the same time leads to a deeper question. Is the self a fixed concept like a road that divides into two separate paths when a decision is made, or is it more like a single one-directional flowing stream with many tributaries converging into one? If Steve changes constantly, then what is his relationship with the nature? Lao Zi suggested that 人法地，地法天，天法道，道法自然. As in, people follows the earth follows the sky follows the Tao follows the nature, which refers to Steve relies on nature in order to survive, getting wood from trees in order to build a home to stay safe during the early nights of the game, craft a boat to cross the sea in a more efficient way, craft fences for an animal farm to get resources from, crafting a bowl in order to drink soup from mushroom cows, getting trust from wild animals for them to become his companions, even going into the end and beating the Ender Dragon is also part of the nature. With Steve being one with nature, living in day and night, being an agent of creation and destruction, shaping the world by building anew while dismantling the old, being in light and darkness, yin and yang. It creates a balance from within, neither good or evil. Just now, we mentioned that even killing the Ender Dragon is part of the natural process. How so? Lao Zi explains that 反者道自动，弱者道自用, as in, the opposite is the movement of the way, the weak are the use of the way, which refers to everything has a peak, and once it reaches it, it always comes back down. So, how is it related, you say? As Steve spends more time in the game, he begins to find joy in his simplest pleasures, mining for extra materials, exploring unexplored areas, and reconnecting with a more innocent, childlike sense of wonder. This gradual return to simplicity mirrors a deeper transformation, a shedding of complexity. This way, a parallel emerges between Steve and Lao Zi. Both reach a peak in their own journeys and eventually come to an end. Yet their legacy endures, quietly shaping what comes after. After the journey ends and the end credit shows up, congratulating us for completing a journey, it is almost as if there are some sort of force ghost looking over us. Just as players, once satisfied with their journey, chooses to pass the game on to another, perhaps a father and his son arriving to embark on their own unique adventure, they step into the world we created and begin their story, while quietly watching over everything that has come before. This transition raises a deeper question. Where is Steve when the players decide to leave the game behind? Steve does not simply disappear. Instead, he remains quietly within the game's universe, patiently waiting in the background for us to return. He waits for the moments when a player will start a fresh journey, creating a whole new world filled with endless possibilities. In this way, Steve embodies the cyclical nature of existence, echoing Lao Zi's teachings of renewal and continuous loops. So, who is Steve?